hello, hello. Okay. Yeah, I'm pretty happy about this. This is my second time coming up here to speak, and it's really cool. I like speaking in front of people, and I like talking about things that kind of a passion for me now. Like this D-Now weekend was really cool. It's my third year doing D-Now. It's my third, Last year was a lot of fun, and the year before was even, it was fun too. But this year, it wasn't that the games were more fun or the people were more fun. It was kind of the same, but the word and the text and what we learned was a lot better for me than it was 2 years ago and, my second year. So we started off the day on Friday, and I'm kind of a little sick, so we started off the day on Friday, and I was already tired because I had to go to work first, and I was really tired because we were real busy. We weren't even letting people in the door at Chuck E. Cheese. So I got off right in time, so I made it on my way to my house. And I was told by Jeremy, our host home guy, that we were going to start a little bit later because John and Sawyer weren't going to come till about 11, and Dad had to hook up his PS3. So it took a while. So I took a little nap and watched everybody play around on Guitar Hero. So we finally started the speaking and stuff, and we went back to Psalms 119. We heard it plenty of times on Wednesday. Your word is a lamp to my feet and a light unto my path. And Wednesday I just thought, maybe it's just saying, God, you help me through the hard times. But the more and more I started thinking about it on Friday, I started thinking, Lord, your word is a lamp to my feet and a light unto my path through all times. Not just through the hard times. Your word is a lamp to the feet and a light unto my path. The times that I'm happy, when I'm sad, when I'm upset, when I don't know what to do, or when I know what to do, when I have more money than I can handle, or when I don't have any money at all. That's when your word helps me, not just when I'm struggling, when I'm sad, when I'm upset. And that was really working on me, Friday. So we wake up on Saturday, and Saturday we go to the game, and game was really cool. I liked watching people do the little slip and slide thing, especially the first couple of people who went, and they weren't sure how slick it was, so they went face first and then just kind of stopped. That was really funny to me. But so we drove through the game, and then we played football with the seniors, and that was a lot of fun, even though it was kind of muddy. So once we got back to the house, is what I was really looking forward to. I was really ready to get back into God's Word and learn how much I don't read God's Word. Oh, okay. I don't read God's Word as much as I need to. So we finally, Mr. Garland, our real counselor, was there, and he finally taught the first lesson, but he didn't really go by the book, and that's something I like, because if I'm trying to write notes, I don't really listen to what I'm writing notes about. I'm just writing. So, this is kind of funny. So we're finally going, and finally got to the point where Mr. Garland was like, why don't we read our Bibles as much as we need to? And a lot of answers came up, like TV and MySpace and talking on the phone and girls and homework and school and all that stuff. But a couple times the answer came up, sometimes it's just not fun. Sometimes we just open up our Bibles to the part about genealogy or who Dad was, and that's just not, that doesn't draw me in. Like, I don't care that so-and-so was so-and-so's dad and he took so-and-so to the water, to get a drink. That doesn't draw me in, because I'm an action guy. I love juicy stuff, So finally, he was just like, all right, just a perfect example of why we need to read our Bibles and how easy it is to get into God's Word. So he goes, open to my favorite book of the Bible, James. If you know anything about Mr. Garland, he loves the Bible, but he loves James. And he's memorized it. He knows it front, back, left, right. So he goes, turn to James. And we turned to James. And he said, all right, Andrew Dodd, pick a number 1 through 27. And he sat there for a minute. He was like, 15. So we turned to 1 James 15. And here's what it said. It said, then after desire is conceived, it gives birth to sin. And when sin is fully grown, it gives birth to death. He's like, that leaves it kind of open. So let's go back to the beginning. He said, no one undergoing trial should say, I'm being tempted by God. For God does not tempt, and when God does not tempt, is not tempted by evil. And he himself does not tempt anyone. But each person is tempted when he is drawn away and enticed by his own desires. Then after desire is conceived, he gives birth to sin. And when sin is fully grown, he gives birth to death. Because that was just 3-4 verses, if we could promise ourselves 3 or 4 verses a day, maybe 3 or 4 times a week, then we'd read a chapter, and then we'd get so much out of it, we'd read more and more and more a day. And I was like, dang, it's that easy, I don't have to start at Genesis and try to read all the way through the Bible, because I won't ever get there. So through D-Now, I just started realizing more and more I don't read my Bible, and I need to, because how am I gonna witness the miracles that God can do, and how am I gonna see things that God can do? How am I gonna witness to people who don't know God if I don't even know what God is and what He can do myself? So if you didn't go to D-Now this year, I'm sorry, you missed out. It was a lot of fun, but I encourage you. I would give up sleep in a hot shower just to do it again, all over again. So I'm going to encourage you to go. Please go, because you'll get so much more out of it. So go next year. Promise you'll have fun, and maybe you'll go down a slip and slide and not know how slick it is, but just stop and make me laugh, So thanks for letting me speak. God bless.